So now that you've gone through a bit of what the opportunities are that you've identified, can you each please outline for us what new or updated products and services you're developing or plan to develop to take advantage of these opportunities? And specifically, when do you expect they'll be available to your customers? So let's stick with the same order as last time. So Jouko, if you wouldn't mind going first.
No, don't mind. Thanks, Justin. So as said, I think the promise is huge. I think it's a challenge for some of us, depends a bit on our business models, to really make a commercial use case. So what we actually did is first we focused on getting ourselves and also the internal Aon system actually acquainted with the technology. So we chose to do a pilot where one of the things that we do is these assessments. We do 30,000 or 30 million assessments each year. One of our more famous assessments is the ADAPT 15, which is the personality questionnaire, and people need to be trained to work with that. So we chose quite a small target group, internal Aon employees, who are already trained and certified to be able to use and interpret this personality questionnaire. And they had a certification already, so we gave them the opportunity to claim their credential, their certification, and to put it on their wallet. Not because of a commercial use case, but for us to build the technology to be able to issue credentials and to figure out how it works. We're now in the middle of evaluating it. So how easy is it to download the wallet? How easy is it to claim a credential? And I will share that also with the other Velocity members once we have all the information. So more or less 200-300 people have claimed their credential. So that was for us, okay, we now have the technical capability and now we need to think about what's the commercial use case. The first thing that we will do is we will launch later this year a solution that we call Potential to Code. So we have a lot of coding solutions, so where people can basically show their proficiency in specific coding languages or in the general talent to code. Once they've done that, they will receive, normally they receive a report, the old days PDF, but these days like an HTML report, interactive, but you can also claim this certification on your wallet to show, hey, I am able to code in a specific language, or I have talent to code in general. And basically this group can then use it also when they apply for new jobs. And we are about to launch that end of this year, early next year. So then we will launch the total solution, and basically claiming your credential is part of that. That will happen either Q4, where we are right now, or Q1 next year. Next, we will focus on other assessments and other solutions. So step by step, we have a lot of skills. People can build up their skills profile and claim that on the wallet. The first one will be this Potential to Code. And then the really interesting thing starts. I think this is interesting, but this is basically just an extension of what we already do. We're also, but that's more from the human capital space, we are busy in a project we call Pay for Skills. So how can you monetize skills? And that's one way. We have quite a big reward business, also in the DACH region, but we are working on, evaluating those skills, so how to monetize them. But then the final step is a specific skills will have a specific value. You also need to be able to show, to prove that you have those skills, that you mastered them on a specific level. And then you will also be able to put that again in the wallet to show that to the rest of the world's future employees, existing employers, to claim your credential and then to monetize that. That will be launched somewhere in 2023, and it sounds a bit vague, but it's quite a big one. But first, we will get more experience with quite a focused, smaller assessment solution as in Potential to Code, and then we will move to other skills, and then we will move to monetize it even further. That's at least the plan and the ambition.
Good, thank you, Jouko. Ingolf?
Yeah, I think our ambition is not going that far, but it's I think the general thing would be that we are working in our R&D department to integrate the Velocity network in the application process and the verification process, because what we see in Germany, especially at the moment, is that the verification process during the hiring process is kind of parallel to the hiring process. It's not even integrated in most cases, so it's different tools. It's not even part of the hiring solution, and I think that there we have a great opportunity to integrate that, and that should be part of our product suite latest in Q3 next year. I think that's something we will also speak about if we find ramp up customers that are willing to be faster, I think we can go faster for that. But it's that's our clue. And of course, I think Aaron's also doing that. We are running one of the operating nodes in the Velocity network, and that's also great opportunity to learn about the technology that's behind that. And yeah, we are hoping that we have one more entry for candidates in the recruiting process by mid of the next year.
Wonderful, thank you, Ingolf. Alex?
So with Velocity, and again, maybe more of a Web3 world that's coming upon us, we really wanted to figure out how to maybe drink a little bit of our own champagne. And we really took the concept of internal education as a first major step. So we've internally tried to bring in the learnings to our own employees so they can experience and figure out what this is all about. So a little bit earlier in the year, we actually started with issuing our first verified badges to a pretty large community across SuccessFactors, where this was an award that was given out to a number of folks that they can actually claim it. We are actually pretty successful and received very good feedback. We actually recently also launched and awarded verified awards to actually our partner ecosystem and some of our folks that had large achievements throughout the year supporting our customers. So across various categories, we've issued both our finalists and winners for this pretty large recognition, and we're pretty excited about how they're receiving it and will be receiving it. So right now it's really in this learning phase for all of it. We are in discussions with a few customers to get their inputs how this works, and we're exploring further how the verification works. So we are getting a little bit more comfortable with verifying data, and then how do we actually inspect it within our applications. Again, just with the breadth and the number of countries that we cover and the number of customers that we have employees, we'll work through pretty diligently to make sure everything is working as our customers will rely as they share this data and they stack this data, they'll work properly. So no exactly dates on productization, but definitely working internally and with our partners to figure out what the big next steps will be.
Great, thank you, Alex. Dominik?
Hey, so yeah, for the purpose of today's call, I think we have three open source products that could be interesting. One is the so-called SSI kit, which is basically everything that your organization needs if they want to use SSI, from issue to hold to verification. So it's pretty much comparable to, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Justin, the credential agents that Velocity provide, with obviously a number of differences, but at the end of the day, it's the same idea. And then the wallet kit, which enables organizations to extend their applications with an identity wallet. So it's similar again to the wallet SDK, but a Velocity network. Finally, something that we recently also published is the IDP kit, which you can think of as something that translates verifiable credentials and other, let's say, new concepts and technologies from the Web3 world into a format that can be reused by existing Web2 applications based on protocols like OpenID Connect. So basically 80% of all apps and websites could be using verifiable credentials already today to do authentication, access management, or just accept credentials to be verified. So this is really, let's say the core of our mission of making it very easy to use self-sovereign identity. And all these products are available, as I said, open source, but there's also a cloud platform coming soon. And those different kits are right now used by end customers, as we'd like to say, so universities and banks directly, but also software vendors like applicant tracking systems or HRM tools or identity access management tools and so on. So that's really public resources that anyone can use for free, basically, to just get started with SSI in general or Velocity specifically.